Hey yo, it is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness time. I'm going to be going for starter Eevee. I'm going to be on the PAL version of the game, which is a little bit different, and it's actually much easier to get a shiny Eevee in the PAL version. For NTSC-U or Japanese, the English version or the Japanese version, I'll link an Imablisy video that goes through how to do that. There's just a timing element for that one. PAL version doesn't have a timing element because on the new game prompt there is no random. There's no advancements happening every frame. So what you're gonna need, PAL by Kaptial. This is if you're just going for a random shiny Eevee, this is gonna be your best friend. It's gonna make it like you can do it in 10 minutes. This lets you configure your what exactly you want your Eevee to have. The more specific you get, the more rerolls you're going to have to do, which I'll explain in a minute. But if you just check shiny here and hit OK, it's just going to give you the nearest one, and it'll be super easy. To find your seed, I'm going to use GameCube Pokemon RNG Assistant, which I will also link. You need to have downloaded the pre-calc file, which should be alongside the download. You just put it in the same folder. I have XD Gale selected here. This is also how you would do it on Japanese or US. You would enter your stats in here, and you would do it all within this tool. It's just going to give you an amount of frames to aim for. So you would use Eon Timer or something to try and hit the frame. But I'm also going to do this. I'm going to be fancy. I'm going to do this for a specific shiny Eevee. So I already have it down here. I already know which one I want to go for. But there is a paste bin here with like a bunch of the like good shiny seeds in this game. And I just picked one of these to go for. I'll also link this. But going for a specific one of these involves a lot of resetting for seeds, and we're going to need a way to do advancements. So I have two GBAs with 2 moltres apiece. And we're going to use that method to do our advancements. But first things first, we're going to need to find our initial seed. So we'll go over to versus mode. We'll go to quick battle. Battle versus CPU. Ultimate. And I'm going to come over here and find your seed. This wizard's going to pop up. I don't know why. I have this skip the instructions page checked. I don't know why it's not skipping it, but who knows. I'm still getting into this, so forgive me on that. I'm going to check Jirachi. I'm going to check Zapdos. These are the first Pokemon of us and the first Pokemon on the computer. The first time you do this, these boxes are grayed out, but the second time we do it, we're going to back out, go back into Ultimate. We're going to make sure we have Mewtwo and Zapdos selected. Now we have to enter their HPs. 385, 370. This is a lot like how you find your seed in Colosseum. Except you need to do a couple less of these because the HP value is another indicator they can use to help you find your seed. So we're going to do hit next pass, and then it's going to give us another one. It usually takes like 1, 2, or 3 of these where you enter the HP before it'll find your target, or find your seed, I mean. 650. 296. And 2, 7, 8. Next pass should give us our seed. Yep. So it tells us our current seed. If we hit finish, it's going to send it to this main tool. I like to hit store seed, and then I'm just going to physically copy this over. So if you're on PAL, I have this set up just to be. I have the filters like I showed earlier. I have just set just any shiny at all. So if we type this in, 8, 4, 9, 3. 15E, and I hit search. It's going to give me the closest random shiny, and as you can see, it shows us the stats, it shows us our trainer ID, and then it tells us how to reach it. So we're going to do 10 rerolls, which is exactly what we did for getting our initial seed, just clicking Battle Now Ultimate, and then clicking B to back out, and then it'll show us this is the Pokemon lineup that is on the RNG state 10 rerolls later. I can do it now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can see, the HPs match up, the Pokemon match up, And then you go down to memory card reloads, which I'll click on the help tab here. The instructions are all pretty clear on PalPal, but if you don't know what a memory card reload is, you take the memory card out and you back out all the way out to the main title screen, and then you press A to continue without saving. Make sure you reinsert your memory card. And then for option save, you go into the options, change either the language or the rumble status, and say yes to the save prompt. And then name screen backouts. You go into new game, yes, and then you hit B to back out. Super simple. So we would do this whole process, and then we would start the game, and we would have this shiny Eevee. There's no timing component for PAL, so it's super simple. But I'm going to be going for the specific one, like I mentioned. So there's a little bit more we have to do. I'm going to refine my seed because I did some advances showing off the rerolls. So let me hit reset on this, find my seed. We'll do our seed again. So that's our current seed. I'm going to hit store. I'm going to... if you want a specific seed like this, you need to know how far away you are. When you find an initial seed, how far away you are from this. I'm just going to use Copilot for this because it works pretty similarly to Colosseum. So if I take this seed and I type it in, I have my target seed. I'm on the wait time tab, MISC tools. I have 4 moltres setup selected because that's how we're going to be advancing to our target. So my target seed's in. My current seed is D1, E, D, 9, 2, D. And I hit calculate. And we're about 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 1 second. But this advances per second is for Colosseum. So if you're doing this, you want to use a different number, actually. And I can pull it up in 1 second. So yeah, if you're doing this on XD, the advances are a touch different. It's actually closer to... I'll paste it down here. Closer to 14926 per second instead of 14812. So what we can do is take our calculator and take the advances, divide it by 14926, and we can divide that by 60. That's 130 minutes, which is pretty close. So my solution, I think, is I'm just going to undershoot this by a decent amount. So I'm going to copy the advances number, paste it over here. If you're familiar with Colosseum, this is kind of pretty standard stuff. So let's see. I'll divide it by 60 again. So that's 2.1 hours. So if I click calculate here, so I'll probably do 2 hours and then I'll check back in. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. So let me come over here. I have a little timer pulled up. That's 2 minutes, I think. Right? Yeah, okay. So I just have Google timer. That's all I'm going to use for this. And I'm going to get my moltres setup set up. So if you're just going for a random Eevee, just find your initial seed, put it into PalPal, and do the options. You can even get a little bit granular here. You could do a nature and like female gender, for instance, and you'd still probably be able to find it with a reasonable number of these rerolls. But if you want something super specific, you are going to have to, I would recommend resetting the game until you find a wait that's reasonable, which is what I did before I hit record. Most of these wait times are going to be in the like 60 to 80 hour range. So reroll it until you find an initial seed that's pretty close, and then we're going to get our moltres setup going. So I'm going to back out of this. I'm going to group battle. I'm going to... I have 2 GBAs for this, but if you have a completed save file of XD, you can put 2 moltres on that, and you can use the GCN versus GBA method. That's going to save your batteries on your consoles, because one of them is going to need to be on in order to give up and end the battle. So for this, for what I'm doing two GBAs. I gotta make sure these both, or at least one of them, has enough battery to last me 2 hours. If you do a longer wait, I definitely recommend having a GameCube game with GameCube memory card with a completed save file. You can back out to the main menu, load that memory card, do the battle, then back out again and swap to your new memory card. But we're gonna do a double battle. Don't care about the arena. Enter. These rules are acceptable to me. All right, then I'm gonna sync up my. Turn on my Game Boy 1. Yeah, so I'll do 2 hours. I'm just undershooting for a little bit because this advances number is a little bit different on here. It's going to go a little bit faster than this. So I don't want to overshoot. Just being careful. So my second one is linking up right now. On each of these Pokemon games, I have 2 Moltres and a bunch of other Pokemon. And Moltres has a lot of particles which come off of it, which do RNG advances. That's kind of why you'd want to use it. This technique works in Colosseum as well. You can use it to do fancy TIDSID stuff, or you can do Unimakuhita this way too, which I'll probably show off. But so I have my Ruby and Sapphire. I got my Pokemon in here. As you can see, I got 2 Moltres apiece. I'm going to make sure I select them first so that they are sent out first on my Game Boys. All right, and I've confirmed everything. I'm about to hit OK on my second Game Boy after I've confirmed everything on the first one. I'm gonna hit A to confirm and click start on this timer at the same time. Just to keep it consistent. The advancements probably don't start happening until the battle starts, but the fade out is a good time to start your timer. So I just time it with the button press. So this is going to come out. The battle's going to start. It's going to take about 30 years for all of them to get sent out. Okay, and now on the Game Boys, I'm going to click Give In on one of these. And once I have given in, I can just shut that console off. So I'm only running one Game Boy. Again, if you have a completed memory card, you can give in on the Game Boy and shut it off to save the batteries, and you can just control the rest of it with your GameCube controller. But I don't have a completed XD save, so that's not an option for me. But I think I have about 2 hours of battery life on this Game Boy, so I'm just going to let it run. And then if you have a Game Boy, because unfortunately, on the GBA SP, which is the adapter blocks the charger port, so it's a little inconvenient if you're on an SP. If you're on a Game Boy Advance, I have this one with a USB-C power mod. So I can have a USB-C cable in here charging it while I'm have it connected. So that's an option as well. But I think the best method is just to have a completed save file and swap the memory cards out by backing all the way out to the main menu. So in 2 hours, I'm going to come back. I'm going to see where I'm at in the RNG by refining my seed. And then we'll go from there. We'll do our final advances and get our cool, pretty high stat shiny Eevee. So I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, we're back. Just going to cancel the battle by pushing A on the Will You Give In prompt on my second Game Boy here. Again, I undershot by like 10 minutes, so I'm probably going to have to do this again. But we're going to refine our seed and see how far away we are exactly. So there we go. I hit A. Not an exact process. Let me turn this off. And we're going to find our seed. Same process as before. Quick battle. Jirachi. Kaptials. Few Zapdos. 3, 2, 6. 3, 2, 2. 3, 3, 2. 3, 0, 7. Rayquaza Zapdos. 3, 2, 9. 2, 9. 6. Gonna try not to fat finger any of these this time. 2, 9, 9. Oh, I hit 0. There we go. Alright, hopefully this is the last one. Deoxys, Moltres. 2, 4, 3. 6, 4, 0. 3, 1, 0. 3, 6, 8. Perfect, so we got our seed. I'm going to pull Copilot back up, and I'm going to copy this into here for seed distance, and I'm going to see where we're at. 6, F, 0, 6, 7, 8, 4, F. So we're about 10 minutes out, which is good. 10 minutes, 7 seconds. I'm going to come over here, paste the advances number into the wait time. And the reason I do that, just to be clear, is so that I can have a remaining advances. This will subtract this number from this number and give me a wait time that is minus whatever I put in. So let's do 100,000. See how much that takes off. That takes off like what, 5, 6 seconds? So I'll just do 10 minutes and then we'll see where we're at. We'll do 10 more minutes of Moltres and then we'll see where we're at. Again, I would do this in chunks because the advancements number here is not exactly the same from Colosseum to XD, and Copilot is a Colosseum tool. It just has some convenient features that we can take advantage of here too. So I would not do a super long wait without stopping down, refinding your seed, and seeing exactly where you're at. This is going to be pretty accurate, but in some of the prep for this, I did like an overnight wait for like 14 hours or something, and I overshot because XD actually advances a little bit more, and that even though I undershot by like 250,000, I overshot because the advances are higher here. Are higher in XD than they are here in Colosseum. So. Alright, we'll go back to group battle. Do the same thing again. Our Game Boy is back on. We'll do about 10 minutes. And then I should be close enough where we can advance with Pal and doing our rerolls and memory card swaps and all that stuff. So just letting this connect here. It takes a couple minutes. And there's our second game. Turning that on as soon as I get the OK prompt. And again, I would recommend doing this with a completed save that has 2 Moltres on it and 1 Game Boy, just to save on your battery life. But this works too. I just have 2 games. You need 2 adapters to do it this way too, which not everyone has. 2 adapters and 2 Pokemon games. So I just have never played. I've never played XD before, so I don't have a completed save. But this save file will probably end up getting 2 Moltres on it, and I'll use it for my future runs. Again, I think most people who are doing this will probably just use. You could just use GameCube RNG Assistant and Pal and get a pretty decent shiny Eevee. I'm just being picky and I want a perfect one. Or as close to perfect as exists in XD. Because you can't get everything shiny. Alright, so I'm going to hit start on my timer and A to confirm my last Pokemon on my second Game Boy. And we'll start the battle. So, in about 10 minutes, I will jump back in. And we'll do our final advancements, and assuming I don't mess anything up, we'll get our shiny Eevee. All right, 10 seconds out. Just gonna hit cancel again. just like before. Alright, I'll hit it now. So we're going to refind our seed after backing out. Turning my Game Boy off again. And we'll see how far away we are. Articuno. New moltres. 2, 3. 3. Or 3, 2, 3. Goodness. Getting so dyslexic with these numbers. 329. 330. 307. Oh, and we got it in 1. That's perfect. All right. Let me type that in up here. 309 C E B 9 A, not 4. Oh, perfect. That's pretty. That's close. That's perfectly close. All right. So I'm going to copy the seed, and I'm going to go back over to Pal and throw that in right here. And I'm going to set my configuration for. I'm just going to go 31 speed because I know my target has 31 speed. I'll go 31 speed, 31 speed def. Timid. We'll see if this gives me what I want. That looks right to me. 40790. Yep, that looks like that's our guy. 85 rerolls, 0 memory card reloads, 6 option saves, and 13 name screen backouts. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to count to 85, and we'll leave off on V2 here. And I'm just going to cross-check the HP values to make sure that they all work. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. And the Pokemon all match, the HP values all match. So we did that. And now we'll do 6 option saves. So I'll back out. Let me see if I can throw a counter up here real quick. I can count to 6, but we might as well. If you have more, I would recommend using a tally counter or something. I used to use this one for Snagless and Colosseum, so I am kind of partial towards it. So for option saves, go over to the options tab. You can change either the language or the rumble settings. I'm just going to change the rumble settings, and we'll hit yes to the save prompt here. And when I hit yes, I'm just going to hit spacebar to increment that by 1. And we got to do that 5 more times. 5 more times. Two. So you might have like 35 of these to do, so that is kind of tedious and sucks, but that's why I probably would recommend keeping a counter. And so I don't have to think about it, really. So we'll do 3 more. 4. 5. 1 more. 6. Okay. And I'm going to reset the counter so that we can do our name screen backouts. So, if we come over to the Help tab, if you're unclear about how to do any of these or what these mean, you can come over to the Help tab and it pops out this nice window. So for a name screen backout, we're clicking New Game, saying yes, and then pressing B to go back out to the title screen. So we're going to say New Game, yes, B. That's 1. We need to do that 13 times. Yes. B. Game. Yes. B. Game. Yes. B. And 1 more. It should be. Should be able to have our Eevee now. I'll be ribbon. let's see. Let's see if we did everything right. Okay, there's Lugia. Yep. They steal the big ship. And we can just give in on this battle so we don't need to do the tutorial fight. We should be able to check our Eevee. Hopefully it's our target Eevee, assuming I didn't mess anything up. That looks shiny to me. Timid nature. Let's check the stats. Oh, this doesn't have a show stats, but I'm pretty sure that's shiny. The trainer ID is right, so I think we probably hit our target. So even though it doesn't look silver at all, it looks completely different. But we should be good to play through the beginning of the game and save. Well, we can save right here, can't we? So that's shiny Eevee in Pokemon XD, the PAL version specifically. Again, I'll link the video by Imablisy on how to do it on the other language versions of the game. But PAL is the easiest. Didn't have to do any timing or Eon timer or anything to make that happen. We just had to follow the right motions, and we got closer with our moltres setup there, which is not required but is kind of cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. There's going to be more XD stuff for me in the future. Like I said, I mentioned I've never played through this game before, so I'm going to do it as I go, casually, learn some stuff, and then I'll probably do another playthrough where I show off all the stuff that I figured out or that I learned from the other amazing community contributors that have worked on this game. So I will catch you guys later.